Local and international airlines team up for Europe and Asia connections. Teachers to get retroactive uniform allowances. 21-year-old gets 1 year in jail for robbing Cubans. In the region, France President Emmanuel Macron urges G7 action on Amazon fires. And internationally, displaced Nigerian women live in fear as incidents of rape rises. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. Just days after the Director of Public Prosecutions recommended that 56-year-old Andrew Kellman be charged, he was placed before the court for sexual assault charges. The senior airport manager was granted bail in the sum of $70,000 and will have to return to court next week for the continuation of the case. Kellman, who has been an employee of the airport for over 2 decades, is accused of kissing a female employee back in July 2018. It is alleged that the young woman was making a complaint to Kellman at the time when he held her hands and kissed her. He has denied the charges that has been filed against him. After months of delay, teachers will be paid 3 years of retroactive uniform allowances. Here is Esther Sobers.
Public school teachers will now be able to receive their clothing allowance in accordance to the multi-year remuneration agreement inked last year. According to the Ministry of Education circular signed by its permanent secretary Adele Clark, teachers will receive their clothing allowance in addition to their September 2019 salary. Moreover, only teachers currently in the system will benefit from this payout, which will represent clothing allowance for a 4-year period, 2016 to 2019. This was confirmed yesterday by GTU President Mr. Mark Light, who revealed that the GTU union had suggested that the form to be adapted to pay those who are in the system irrespective of where they are. Light also noted that this is a positive development. However, he expressed some disappointment in implementation of the bunching from January 2019. According to the GTU president, the last of the union heard of the issue was that the permanent secretary was awaiting word from the Ministry of Finance to go ahead. The decision was to have the ministry put teachers on their respective salary scales and commence regular debunching payments from January 2019 was in fact part of the agreement the parties signed to. The agreement entailed a one-off $350 million to teachers owed for the period 2011 to 2018 before they were placed to their respective scales. Another aspect of the agreement is that the ministry is yet to honor is that of a $10,000 monthly allowance for special needs teachers. Failure on that part of the ministry to honor segments of the agreement had forced the government to halt talks with the union for another multi-year agreement, as the previous one expired in December of last year, shortly after it was inked. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Several passengers in Region 3 were rushed to the West Demerara Hospital when 32-route minibuses collided in the vicinity of Philadelphia East Bank Essequibo. Some passengers were reported to be seriously injured when vehicles BTT 5452 and BTT 4888 collided. The cause of the accident is being investigated. Drivers are constantly reminded to take precautions on the roadways. Coming up after the break, new air routes to Europe and Asia opens up and alleged brakes failure causes a vehicle to end up in the nearby canal.
Did you know that John Lewis Styles carries back-to-school items? Besides clothing and footwear, you can also get lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, and pulley backpacks from $10,995, all for the same price or less than buying online, and it's already here. Also, get a chance to win one RCA tablet every week in August. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. That's 4 tablets you can Google homework with. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
The Guyana Elections Commission will commence house-to-house registration in your area soon. You must register if you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or registration. 14 years and older by the 31st of October 2019, a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for a period of no less than 1 year preceding the qualifying date. If you were previously registered, you will need to register again. Look out for GCOM. Make it your responsibility to get registered. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy. Contact the nearest GCOM registration office or visit our website www.gcom.org.gy.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient.
You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Welcome back. A tragedy was averted today when a female driver lost her brakes. Wendell Jeffrey was at the scene.
Yeah, but what happened? A guy was coming here and I was coming over, so he stopped. So I tried, when I turned now, right, and tried to press brake, it didn't go in, the brakes didn't go in. The accelerated, everything just stick. And I tried knock him, and that's how it ended up in the trench.
Today on the UG Access Road, an employee with Carib Foods drove into the trench in the vehicle in which she was driving and had to be rescued by employees working with the University of Guyana.
You know, working over there, right? And as soon as I hear a big splash, we go into the trench, and then we ran and we rescued.
So you had to go in to get her?
Yeah. Tolo, he took her boots off, then opened the door and bring her out.
The driver, who asked not to be shown on television, told Channel 2 Headline News that the vehicle brakes failed and she was trying to avoid hitting another driver.
I try not to hit nobody. I didn't intentionally do it. Everything just stick. Nothing accelerated, just go down because I wasn't accelerating. I think pressing the brakes, nothing has stopped it.
Some community-spirited individuals and the driver of a sand truck tried to pull the van out of the trench, but decided against it when they realized that pulling the van would have caused too much damage to the vehicle.
You can see what happened. It's saying nothing for hook, and it's the man who can pull this truck and pull out the road.
The driver, who was lifted out of the vehicle, escaped with just her feet getting wet. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. 21-year-old Anthony Clark was sentenced today to 1 year behind bars for robbing a Cuban national of his valuables. Clark appeared before Senior Magistrate Leron Daly in the Georgetown Magistrates Court. He pleaded guilty to the charge, telling the court that he was sorry for what he did. Clark said, "I did it because I was frustrated." The court heard that on August 22nd at Queenstown, Georgetown, while armed with an ice pick, Clark robbed Carlos Manuel Santana of a wallet valued at $4,000, 2 Cuban passports valued at $12,000 and $4,000 in cash. He was then taken to the station where the stolen articles were found in his possession. The court heard that while in custody, Clark admitted to the crime. A new shorter route that requires no U.S. visa will take Guyanese to Europe with onwards connections to Asia. Wendell Jeffrey reports.
So who will be the major beneficiaries of this route? We anticipate that the major beneficiaries will be business people traveling between Europe and Asia, specifically India and China, and Guyana.
That was Alexandra Correa, and she was speaking today as the representatives of KLM Airline, Trans-Guyana Airways, and the Eugene F. Correa International Airport, formerly called OGLE, announced a new partnership in the airline industry.
We expect that the companies in oil and gas, construction, mining, and other sectors that have significant business interests in Guyana but are based in Europe and Asia will be just as excited about this route as we are.
Correa is the marketing and operations manager for Trans-Guyana Airways. She said that this new route will take passengers from Guyana to the Johann Adolph Pengol International Airport in Suriname, then directly to the Schiphol International Airport in Amsterdam. The 24-hour round trip will be the shortest one to and from Europe. The next shortest route, which takes passengers through Panama, is 45 hours round trip. Martin Tenburki, KLM Airline country representative, said that they have put systems in place to make the travel experience as hassle-free as possible.
I would like to emphasize that we have a very dedicated team in Paramaribo on the airport that will assist all our passengers, our mutual passengers, to transfer smoothly. We all know that if we have separate tickets, it can sometimes cause a little bit of trouble, like to transfer smoothly, but we have discussed with our team there. We do our utmost to have a very smooth transfer of these passengers.
The representatives noted at the press conference today that they have contingents in place for the expansion of the service if the need ever arises. Here is Dale Hing, operations manager for the Trans-Guyana Airways.
If traffic increases and it goes beyond capacity of the one aircraft, we can double the aircraft, or we can look at acquiring a larger type to facilitate the passenger traffic.
The service begins on September 4th, 2019, and no U.S. visa would be needed on this route, which connects Guyana to Europe and Asia. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. When we return, France President Emmanuel Macron urges G7 action on Amazon fires, and displaced Nigerian women live in fear as incidents of rape rises.
Are you kidding me? Really? So wrong. That is not what we were taught at the Green Generation Guyana camp.
Is this the correct way to do it? Drivers, you have two options that you can use. First, you can temporarily put your empty plastic bottles in the trunk of your vehicle or on the ground on the passenger side next to you. Or secondly, place them in the nearest garbage bin you see. We need you to play your part in helping us keep the environment clean and healthy. A message from the Ministry of Communities, Green Generation Guyana Sanitation Program. For more information, please contact us on 592-227-2605, or you may find us on the World Wide Web at www.moc.gov.gy.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home. We also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and Sleep Center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
The Guyana Elections Commission will commence house-to-house registration in your area soon. You must register if you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or registration. 14 years and older by the 31st of October 2019, a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for a period of no less than 1 year preceding the qualifying date. If you were previously registered, you will need to register again. Look out for GCOM. Make it your responsibility to get registered. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy. Contact the nearest GCOM registration office or visit our website www.gcom.org.gy.
Did you know that John Lewis Styles carries back-to-school items? Besides clothing and footwear, you can also get lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, and pulley backpacks from $10,995, all for the same price or less than buying online, and it's already here. Also, get a chance to win one RCA tablet every week in August. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. That's 4 tablets you can Google homework with. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Welcome back. President Emmanuel Macron has branded the record number of fires in the Amazon rainforest an international crisis that needs to be top of the agenda at the upcoming G7 summit, prompting a swift rebuke from Brazilian leader Jair Bolsonaro. Al Jazeera reports.
Dramatic video captures the fury of the flames eating away at the world's largest rainforest. This is just one of several thousand fires currently consuming swaths of the Brazilian Amazon, and the world is watching.
We're very concerned about these fires, both, I think, for the immediate damage that they're causing, and also because sustaining forests is crucial in our fight against climate change.
The Amazon produces 20% of the world's oxygen. That's why it's called the planet's lungs. But environmentalists warn if the burning continues at this rate, the rainforest will transform to a landscape resembling the African savanna. And rather than produce oxygen, the antidote to global warming, the former rainforest will emit carbon instead.
In Brazil's history, we've seen difficult situations, but for the first time we have this kind of situation that was created almost with official encouragement from the government.
Environmental groups say ranchers and loggers started the fires to clear the land. They blame Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro. As a candidate, he promised to give businesses access to natural resources to restore the country's economy. As president, he's gutted funding for Brazil's Environmental Enforcement Agency, and he now says, without offering evidence, that environmental groups set the fires themselves.
Now the Amazon is bigger than Europe. How can you fight criminal fires in such an area? It is clearly criminal. How can you do it? You need to catch them in the act. Otherwise, there's nothing you can do. Now, non-governmental organizations are losing money that came from Germany and Norway. They are unemployed now, so they are trying to overthrow me.
The hashtag #PrayForAmazonas has been trending on Twitter, and other world leaders have reacted as well. Our house is burning, literally, tweeted French President Emmanuel Macron. It is an international crisis. He's called on members of the G7 summit to discuss the Amazon fire at their upcoming meeting this weekend. Heidi Jo Castro, Al Jazeera, Washington.
And in international news, one of the world's deadliest conflicts is taking place in Nigeria's central region. Thousands have been killed in decades of fighting between ethnic groups. About 4,000 have been killed in the last 2 years alone. Now another crisis has added to the troubles of those displaced by this conflict. Al Jazeera reports.
The Abagena camp in the city of Makurdi is one of dozens dotting the expansive Benue state in central Nigeria. Its inhabitants are just a fraction of the 171,000 displaced across the state by the ongoing violence between tribes in this part of Nigeria. While the camp was supposed to be a refuge for the people, most don't feel safe here anymore. A sharp increase in rape of women and young girls is deeply worrying this community.
I fear for my daughters. There are those who send their kids to go work in the city, but not me. The current situation is too dangerous.
People here complain that rape has become so widespread that women can no longer leave the camp unaccompanied. Amnesty International in a recent report detailed how girls as young as 9 and 10 years were being raped, at times by the very security personnel charged with protecting them. News that a 10-year-old displaced rape victim has delivered in Benue a few days ago has sent shockwaves across Nigeria. We met the girl and her baby girl at one of Makurdi's hospitals. Dr. Ejiko Michael helped with the delivery after 3 days of labor.
We needed to do a cesarean section because there was no way labor could have progressed further. So we cooked and cross-matched, we got some units of blood, and we went into the theater and delivered the baby.
This social worker was one of those who brought the girl to hospital and told us that she grew up an orphan and was raised by her grandmother, but was forced to flee her home when her grandmother and uncle tried to force her to marry a blind man. That is when she fell prey to the man who raped her. Despite what she's been through, the young mother already has dreams for her baby.
I don't want my daughter to go through the same suffering as I did. When she starts walking, both of us will go to school.
Police say they have arrested the man suspected in her rape last December. But they have this plea for families of rape victims.
Punishment for offenders can serve as deterrents to others intending to do the same. But when family members tend to negotiate to kind of receive monies from suspects or to try to prevent prosecution, we family members can come up to help us. Let the prosecution process be concluded.
The plight of the little girl prematurely propelled to motherhood is fast becoming a rallying cry for those seeking action on rape in Nigeria's displaced people's camps. Many hope that her case will spur the authorities to take action to end such horrendous crime once and for all. Mohammed Ado, Al Jazeera, Makurdi, Nigeria.
Here's your 3-day weather forecast. And that is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. Tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube, or you can visit our website at headlinenewsguyana.com for more news. Until then, take care.